Hey guys, it's Tini here, and today I'll show you guys how to make a Roblox GFX. So first you want to get your texture and your objects or whatever you want to be in your GFX. In this tutorial I'll show you guys how to make a simple one. So first we want to use the plugin. If you guys didn't watch all my other videos, I show you guys how to import a character into Roblox Studio using this plugin right here. Alright, so once you guys spawn your character, you can click this, your name right here, and click export selection and save it anywhere you want so we can use it later in Blender. And you'll be also intended to export your head. So what you're gonna do is you're going to select all of your heads and then including your head if you want. Right click and click export selection again and save it anywhere you want so we can reuse it in Blender. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, make sure when you spawn you click spawn at origin and click R6. If you click user or R15 it won't work. Alright, so here we are in Blender 2.82 and you'll see that there's a splash screen in the middle. I clicked on mine already, but just click anywhere around here. And I will link some rigs or all of the rigs down in the description below because you need that to do your character and move or pose around, do whatever you want with your GFX. So you will need that in your GFX thanks to Matt RBX and PhD, the one that made the rigs. Alright, so once you're done with the rig, we're going to File, Open, and if you see this, hit Don't Save. Okay, so you're going to find wherever you save your... Sorry, that's my watch. Alright, so you're going to find wherever you save your rig file, and you're going to find a .blend file. It will select default .blend, places .blend or whatever. You're going to double click it and here's your rig. So once you got your rig open, what I normally do is I would hide all of this because it's just too much. You don't need those. And let me just enable my screencast key. Alright, I enable my screencast key because you guys can see what I do when I click down here in the bottom left, like that, or wherever I click, you guys will see. So getting onto the rig, first thing you do is you remove the head. You hit delete or just X and hit delete, and then you're going to file and import OBJ. Okay, now the OBJ that you exported in Roblox Studio, your head, wherever you save it, find it and import it to Blender. Now just find my head over here. Alright, so once you import it, your OBJ file, make sure it's an OBJ file, not MTL or anything. So yeah. So once you import it, you see that the head is backward. It's facing the wrong direction. Hit the number 7 on your number pad, not the one on the top, the one to your far right, and you'll see that you are on the top view. Hit R and then type in 180. Then hit enter. Now your head is rotated 180 degrees, and then middle mouse button to go back. Okay, so to move around, you click shift and then this tick mark. You can move your mouse around and use WASD to move around. If you want to confirm your position, you left click your mouse and there you go. Okay, now to get your clothing, you need to click on your torso and then you go up here to this plus sign, click go to general and then shading. Alright, so once you got here, you can move around like normal, like how you move around usually. Q, oh yeah, I forgot to mention you can use Q to move down and then E to move up. Also sorry if it's lagging. I don't know if it's lagging right now for you guys, but for me it's not. So down here you'll see there's a node editor. You can use your middle mouse to move around like this, and then scroll to zoom out and zoom in. So you need to find this middle one right here, the orange one in the middle, not the one on top, but the one in the middle right here, below it. Now you click this to open your texture. So in Roblox Studio, when you click your name and you hit export selection, it exported your texture. So wherever you export that, find it and import it into Roblox Studio. Blender, sorry. The file will be named .png. So make sure you don't open .obj or something. It should be PNG, wherever you save it. So now I imported mine. You are good to go. Hang on, I forgot to mention something. Over here, you can see that there are like view mode, where you see like just solid mode, material view, and there's a render view. So when you go to render view, you can see what is the actual render. So here, I'll show you guys. When I go to render view, my head is translucent. The whole head is translucent, and you don't want that to be in your render. So we go back to material view right here. You're going to click your head. Just scroll out here, and you'll see that the node editor has changed. So you go down here, and you see the second orange tab right here, and drag this down to clear coat normal. Alpha is for transparency. So now that I'm done, right? Well, technically yes, but if there's a lot of hats on your head, then there's some that might not have been fixed. You can go render view again, and you can see that my hair is missing and my glasses is missing right there. So to fix that, you have to go over here and go to your name, or wherever you save your file name as for your head, and you go down here. You see that there are like MTL, MTL, whatever. These are meshes. There's like image file or whatever. You can see that the first one is clear coat normal. The second one is not. So just do that, do the same thing. Oh, my battery's low. Hold on. Alright, sorry about that. So, as you guys can see, all of my hats are back. Alright, so that's how you fixed it. You can fix it with any objects when you import it to Blender. If you see it's transparent, you have to go over here and you have to check the model and check the mesh to see what is transparent. Alright, so once you're done, go into default, and normally when I fix whatever is transparent and all that, let's go default, and then I start to do my posing. Okay, so when you click these, you will directly be in pose mode, but if not, you can just go down here and click pose mode. Okay, make sure you're not in object mode because it will not work in object mode. So once you're in pose mode, you can go to here and select one of these. It can be anything. Normally I use rotate. Click one of the limb and you can rotate it like that. See? Oh, to cancel, if you accidentally did this and you just don't want to like confirm it, you can click right mouse button to cancel it. Alright. or you can just do Control Z, that works too. Okay, so here's is one of my style when I do a girl rig. I go here, this right here, this circle thing. We can go here and click G and then drag down. By the way, G is to move objects around, by the way. And move it down, click this, and then you can move your character. The leg will move along with it. Like if you just have it like this, it will not follow along with the bending, the torso or whatever. Same to the arm as well, but be creative and you can somehow figure out more good style than me. Okay, anyway, let me just start posing really quick. Oh yeah, and when you pose your head, here, you can see that when you rotate your head, it will just look weird, right? Well, if that happens, you can just go to your head, object, set origin to geometry. That makes things 10 times easier, and you can rotate your head like that, like this. Make him look around, whatever. Rotate your head and make him look up, down. Alright, make him up, down, or whatever you want. Okay, so this white circle right here, you can see wherever view you're facing your character. Like for example, if I'm facing, say, up here, and when you rotate this, it will rotate differently than any other color circle. Basically, just don't touch the white one if you want though. Mainly, you will mostly use blue, green, and red. Okay, now I get all that away, let me just go ahead and pose my character really quick. So, BRB. Okay, so I just finished my simple character pose right there. As you guys can see, there's some limp around, move the head, and all that. Okay, so once you guys done that, you will need light. When you go render, you see that there's no light at all. Okay, no light at all. So how do you add light in Blender? Well, to add light, you can go to add and then light, and then you can select out those, or you can just shift A and just shift over here, shift A and then light, same thing. And if you're in pose mode, you cannot add light, but if you do shift A, you can see that those are actually grayed out. So you have to be in object mode to do this. So I'm going to object mode really quick. Okay. So just shift A and then go light and add point light. Okay, so point light, it's basically just a circle, and the light will just look like this. It's like a lamp, kind of like. In this tutorial, I'm going to be using point light, but you can explore other lights like sunlight, spotlight, and area light in your own time. But right now I'm going to be using point light right now. When I do my GFX, I just render a 3D character like this with no background whatsoever. I just use the technique of 3-point lighting. So basically, I just have one light right here as a key light, one light down here as a fill light, and the light behind my character is a rim light. So right now I'm going to add another light, but that's just gonna take too long. You just add another light like that. What I do, and I just shift D, and I can move I can just copy a light and then just move it around and place it down. So I'm going to Shift D it again, and I'm going to move this one to the back. This is one method that I use to light my character. You don't have to do this, but I'll show you another way. You can just quickly light up your character if you want. So right here is my key light. So I'll just I normally set this as 300 and the size 3. Because if you set this size at like, I'll show you 2. Because if you set this size at like 0.5, it will be small and it will be just too bright. And so normally I have it at like 3 or 2. Down here will be your fill light, mostly for like shadows. Okay, so normally I have this at 100 and this as 1. So here you see that I'm lit up. I should move them to. So here you can see that my characters light up, and back here is the rim light, and I normally have this as 500. And then 2. I just have a lot of lights around me. Actually, I'll do this as 50, so a bit bright there. Also, you can do any color actually. Do gray, yellow, or whatever color you want for your lighting. Okay, so I'm going to show you another way to light your scene or your character. Let me just hide all these light right here. And you can see that I have no light around me right now. So you go to your world tab, world property right here. This earth sign, this earth icon, and you can see that there's ambient occlusion. Click it. Normally I would use this when I'm in a hurry, but other than that I'm using 3-point light technique. If you want to light up your character like this, you can if you want, but yeah, that's another way to do it. And for this tutorial I'm just gonna use the ambient occlusion. Alright, so sorry if my voice is low because right now it's like 4 AM in the morning and I don't want to talk that loud. Okay, so next you'll want to add a camera. Alright, so to add a camera, Shift A and then camera. Alright, so the camera is down here. Go to your number pad and hit number 0. Don't hit the number 0 on the top row. It must be numpad 0. If you don't have that, so it's fine. You can go select camera and then go to view down here. And then let me see, cameras, active camera. As you can see here, numpad 0. Click it, and you still be in the same camera view. And then you can hit that shift and then that tick mark again. Use WASD like you would normally. Okay, and then left click to confirm. So right here you can see that it's a little zoom in. You can see here it's not zoom in that much, but if you go to your camera view, it is. You can go to focal length and you can change the focal length to whatever you want. Right now I'm just gonna leave it at default. Okay, so moving on to the rendering property. So right here you can see that I'm in the render property. Normally I have it as on CPU because right here you can see my GPU computer is grayed out and I don't have a good graphic card anyway. So I just select CPU and let it do its job. And down here in the sampling, render, this is important. This is your quality for your rendering. If you set higher, the higher the quality, the lower the quality, alright? Usually I have this at 300 or 500 when I render my 3D character, but if I have a background or any scenes that I'm doing, I just leave it at 1000 and all that, and I just left it there running all night, and then in the morning I just wake up and yeah. Okay, so next viewport, you don't have to actually worry about this because it's just when you click render, up here you can see that path tracing sample 32 right here. It just shows how many samples will load in, so just ignore the viewport. It's not gonna affect anything in your render. It's just there for you to see how good your rendering looks in the render mode, and also it depends how good your computer specs is. So next we'll go to film. Ignore all of this, okay? Just ignore all of these and go film. So if you, as you guys can see here, there's no background, right? So if you want the background to be transparent, go film and click transparent. This will enable transparency to your background basically. And that's all you have to do for the render property. Now we'll go to the output property. So here is where you change resolution and stuff. For this render, I will do 1500 and 1500. You can scale it up to whatever you want, to be honest, but I usually do 1500 and 1500 for my whole body. And of course you can use focal length as well. And make sure this percent sign right here is set to 100%. If not, your render output will look messed up. Alright, so ignore all of these aspect X and Y and blah blah blah. Ignore all of those, right? But down here, you see that the file format is set to video. You'll have to set it as PNG. And make sure you select PNG and not JPEG or anything else, because PNG allows transparency, RGBA, and color depth just leave it as it is. Compression, leave it as it is as well. And that's my whole setting here. This is extract, by the way. Normally, when I go to my view layer property, usually if you render your scene, you will see that there are butterflies or there are noises in your render. So if you want to get rid of that, go to view layer property, the fourth one right here. Hit denoising data and scroll all the way down here and click denoising. Make sure you click both of those, and then up here you see this icon right here. Click that and then click compositor. So here I just open up a node editor. Make sure you click use node. Just scroll in, you see that there are a lot of stuff here. Just ignore those. Hit Shift A, search denoise, select that, and then just add it. Just drag it in there, and it will automatically do the things for you. And then once you've done that, you will move noisy image, denoising normal, and denoising albedo to those three. And then if you want to go back to the view earlier, just click this, go to outliner, and you'll be sent back to here. Simple, right? Okay, so that's how you denoise your scene, and I think that's all I had to cover actually. Did I enable? Okay, I did. So again, you can use 3-point lighting if you want, or a sun or whatever, or ambient occlusion, whatever you are doing, it's up to you. Once you're done, just click preview render right here. You can see that the background is like these square, black and white square. It means that it's transparent. If you don't have that, it means you didn't select the transparent option right here in the film. So yeah, that's how it looks like, and I think I'm happy with my character, or with my scene actually. So once you're done, you go up here and you hit render image, or you can click F12. So now I will render my image and I'll be right back once it's done. Okay, so as you guys can see here, this is my final render and looking pretty good. It's a little bit bright because we use ambient occlusion. You can actually adjust the brightness in its setting, but yeah, I didn't show it, but it's fine. Wait, I can actually show it right now. Here you can go down here in factor and change it down. Let's see what this looks like. And it's a little bit not too bright now compared to the one that I just rendered out, this one, but it looks good. It looks good. There's no noise or whatsoever, and it looks good to me. And once you're done, you can go to image, and then you click save as. And you can save on your desktop or save anywhere you want. So yeah, that's it. Hope you guys find this tutorial helpful. And right now it's late night and I think I don't know what I'm talking about. So if you guys have any questions, you can comment down below and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.